Every single time I win a few matches in a row in Call of Duty, I already know what's coming next. Harder enemies, faster deaths, zero breathing room. At first, it feels exciting, like the game is pushing me to actually improve. But eventually, it stops feeling like a competition and starts feeling like a punishment. This isn't just bad luck. It's not random. It's the matchmaking algorithm doing its thing. I want to talk about the hidden cost of fair online matches and how modern gaming systems shape our emotions, our behavior, and even our mental health. This constant up and down cycle has real psychological effects. Winning feels amazing, but it also raises the difficulty instantly. Losing feels terrible and often feels unavoidable. Over time, players begin to feel the burnout, the frustration, the anxiety, the anger, and the pressure to always perform at your best. You're not just playing for fun anymore. You're playing to avoid being crushed in the next match. For many players, this leads to shorter play sessions, more rage quitting, less enjoyment, and a constant feeling that the game is against you. Gaming stops being a break from stress and ultimately becomes the source of stress itself. Most modern multiplayer games now use something called Skill-Based Matchmaking, or SBMM for short. In theory, it sounds like a great idea, even an amazing idea. The system tracks your performance, things like kills, deaths, accuracy, and win rate. Then places you into matches with players who perform similar to your skill level. The goal is simple. No one gets stomped. No one dominates forever. Everyone plays people at their skill level. On paper, that sounds fair. But in practice, things get a little complicated. There's another system that often works alongside skill-based matchmaking called Engagement-Optimized Matchmaking, or EOMM for short. Unlike skill-based matchmaking, which focuses on just fairness, Engagement-Optimized Matchmaking focuses on keeping you playing for as long as possible. It looks at how long you stay on the game, when you quit, when you get frustrated, and when you feel rewarded. Then it shapes your matches to keep you emotionally invested. This creates a cycle, well, many players recognize. A great match, followed by a brutal loss, then another amazing match. Then you get destroyed. Not because you suddenly got better or even worse, but because the system is managing your emotional engagement. Activision, the company behind Call of Duty, even patented a matchmaking system designed to influence player behavior. The system analyzed who you played with, what cosmetic items you own, and how likely you were to spend money. In some cases, players were placed into matches with people using paid-for items, so they would see them, and of course, feel encouraged to buy them. At that point, matchmaking stopped being just about skill it became tied to spending habits, engagement time, and even profit. That's when matchmaking stops being competitive design and starts becoming a psychological tool. To be fair though, skill-based matchmaking does protect new players. Without it, beginners would get destroyed constantly. Many would quit immediately. Only high-skilled players would remain. And competitive games need new players, to survive. So skill-based matchmaking itself isn't evil by design. The real issue is how it's being used, and how tightly it's now connected to engagement and profit. This leads to a deeper question. Is fairness even something that can truly exist in a matchmaking algorithm? Skill changes constantly. It shifts based on mood, fatigue, internet connection, warm-up time, and even who you're grouped with. An algorithm only sees numbers, and those numbers are usually outdated the moment they are collected. There's also a difference between what is mathematically fair and what feels fair. True fairness in games isn't just a number, it's a human experience. So, what can be done? Well, giving players the option to turn skill-based matchmaking off in any mode they want to try is a good idea. Even clearly separating ranked, which has skill-based matchmaking in it, and a casual without skill-based matchmaking in it, and labeling them clearly would also work. Even, of course, being transparent about how your matchmaking works would go a long way. It just would. Or just design your systems around fun, not just engagement or even profit, just fun. Games don't need to eliminate competition, they just need to stop turning every single match into a psychological test. Finally, when the chaos finally stops and the match slows down, there's a noticeable difference. There's less pressure, less panic, and more room to actually think. Modern matchmaking systems might be efficient, they might be profitable, they might even be mathematically fair. But the real question is, are they actually good for players' mental well-being? And are they good for the future of gaming as a whole?